Hey, what's up guys? Before this video starts, I just wanted to say thank you everybody so much for your support. You guys are absolutely fantastic. If you guys enjoy these types of videos, if you are learning a lot from my tips and tricks videos and want to see more, make sure you hit that sub button. On top of that, if you would like to support me, it goes a long way for me and I really appreciate it. All you have to do is type code Exalted in the item shop. And with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Hey, what's up guys, Exalted here, and in today's video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about a strategy that has been made popular by a player that goes by Thwifo. Let me start off the video by saying Thwifo is an insanely talented player. He is super mechanically skilled. His game sense and 200 IQ plays are almost flawless. He is definitely a better player than me. He's been in several competitive Fortnite tournaments, and I am in no way bashing him as a player. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys why the Thwifo cone that he so invented is not a very good strategy. With that being said, let's get right into the video. Alright, so for those of you who aren't really sure what I'm talking about when I say the Thwifo cone strategy, what it is it's a, like I said, strategy made popular by professional player Thwifo, and a lot of players have been using it like crazy. The strategy is really starting to blow up. Pretty much what it is while you're ramping up and you have low ground, you're going to pyramid above you, so that, I did this really slowly, but you pyramid above you, and you can do this in two different ways, backwards or to the side, while maintaining your momentum so that you can, I guess, block your opponent that is above you a little easier so that he can't follow you up your ramp. So that's kind of the point of the cone, and with that being said, let's get right into why it's got some issues, what you can do to do the same effect easier, and better strategies that are much more effective. Alright, so as you can see, I have two different iterations of the Thwifo cone strategy. The first one where when you're building up, you build to the side and pyramid above you. The second one, you build behind you and pyramid above you. Pretty much the same thing, just slightly different wall placement. But what I want to show you is, I don't know if you guys remember this, but there used to be a strategy that was really prevalent about a month ago until this new strategy really popped up, where what people would do is they would simply just pyramid above them like that, and then they'd edit out their ramp and then maybe do it again and maybe do it again, and you could do that pretty much forever, right? The goal of this was so that if someone was following up your ramp, they would get stuck. If they were one story above you, they wouldn't be able to build. They'd have to go off to the side, whatever. It was definitely an effective strategy, and it was super easy to use. Now, the interesting about this Thwifo strategy is this one I just did with 2 ramps, the other one I didn't, is it does the exact same thing. So, yes, there's a little wall here if you do it this way, but let's say the wall wasn't there, I'd get trapped the exact same way I would with the old strategy, and this is much more difficult to accomplish correctly. On top of that, if I were to go ahead and double ramp all the way up this, which is what I'm going to do right now, you notice that these pyramid placements are exactly the same as if I were to just pyramid myself and edit through them. There is literally no difference in coverage than the old, easier, more mat efficient strategy. So I'm not really sure why this strategy is so big and prevalent. I guess it's a little flashy. It definitely looks cool. But even with the other alternative way of doing it, once you right here, even if you double ramp, it is the exact same thing as if you were to double ramp like this and just pyramid yourself on the way up. There's literally no difference aside from the occasional, depending on how you do the strategy, wall that is right there, but they'll get blocked anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys a few techniques similar to the Thwifo cone strategy that actually get the job done more effectively and more efficiently. So with that being said, let's get into some actual pro tips. Alright, so strategy number 1. This is actually similar to the Thwifo cone. I saw Mongrel doing this a little while ago, and it actually makes it an effective technique. When you jump up and put your Thwifo cone above you, what you can do is you can just edit the two, you can edit the pyramid into a ramp, and then you can go ahead and cone that. That will actually make it so that you have to be really high above the opponent to not only get coned by them, but to actually get over the ramp. It's a super easy technique. It pretty much looks something like this, and then you continue your high ground. You can do 290s, whatever it might be. So that's going to be tip number 1. Let's get straight into tip number 2. So for the second tip that I'm going to show you, this one is much easier to do. On top of that, it is probably 5 times more effective. It's easier to do than the first tip that I just showed you, and it's just as effective. What it is when you're double ramping up trying to get high ground, instead of pyramiding yourself or putting a wall up to pyramid, what you can do is you can simply, when you get to this point, you can put a ramp over here. Now, this kind of opens up the door for a lot of interesting opportunities. Some that come to the top of my mind is you can go ahead and pyramid that, you can go ahead and pyramid your own ramp, and if you decide to jump up here, you can pyramid it again, and then maybe you can flow into another double ramp where you go ahead and pyramid. Next, what this kind of goes to is it can go into a really protective technique. So let's say you're ramping up like this, you can actually triple pyramid like so and edit through your pyramid. This is really, really good. It kind of reduces mobility from your enemy. The next thing with this is when you're doing the Thwifo cone strategy or whatever it might be, like this issue happens pretty frequently. It only works if the player's running directly up your ramp. All they have to do is just kind of make a little side ramp and they can run up right next to you and then get the nice ramp over you and edit you down. But what this new strategy that I'm showing you guys in this section, strategy number 2, is when you're double ramping, what you can do is you can go ahead and just fling ramps everywhere and fling pyramids everywhere. Maybe if you want to go that direction, you can block off a much bigger, I guess, area so that your opponent has a much tougher time at taking your high ground. So that's going to be tip number 2. This one is insanely effective. You can use it in so many different ways. It is easier. It uses the exact same amount of mats, if not less, and it blocks much higher and gives more opportunity for creative outplay. So the final strategy that I want to show you guys real quick, this is going to be kind of in a situation where you find yourself without a ramp above your head. Whether you messed up a floor or whatever the reason might be, you're exposed and you're running up a ramp and your opponent's behind you on high ground, which is never a good situation. A lot of people would say this is the time to use the Thwifo cone, and that is true. This is something I will give the Thwifo cone. You can build it yourself, you can still do it really quickly, and it's definitely effective if you do not have your second ramp and you mess up. But I'm also going to show you guys a strategy that is a little more effective and uses the exact same amount of mats as the Thwifo cone. So what you can do is when you're ramping up and you don't have your second ramp, you can do the same two walls behind you like the Thwifo cone, and you can go ahead and put a ramp above you. Or at least above that, as opposed to a cone just right there, right? On top of this, you can even pyramid that, which is absolutely insane. So let's go to the enemy's perspective real quick and take a look. So let's say you are the enemy, you're the opponent, whatever it is. You're running up the ramp, you get blocked, of course. You go up again, you get blocked, of course. You go up again, you get blocked. And then from here, you just have to go out. You get blocked from so many stories, and all the player did is they just went like that and then coned it, and they continued and maybe grab high ground, whatever it is. And you can see how high that is because I just did 290s from where I started it, and it's only one story below me. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you guys learned something from this video. I am in no way saying anything poorly about Ghost Thwifo. He's an insanely good Fortnite player, super smart. It's just this one strategy that he came up with actually a little while ago. It's starting to get a little outdated, and I thought I'd show you guys some new cutting edge tutorials, which is pretty much what this entire channel is all about. So if you guys would like to learn more cutting edge building tricks and just strategy tutorials for Fortnite to help you stay ahead of the Fortnite curve, definitely hit that sub button. I'd really appreciate it. And for those of you who would like to support me, you can use my creator code Exalted in the item shop. With all of that being said, thank you everybody so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.
Easy 20 bomb.
Wait, what?
Exalted's gonna win this one. Yep. Oh,
Oh, let's go Exalted. Let's go Exalted.